When I come out of the closet, I like to watch Sidwell Network News.
Hi, I'm Dina Sacco.
And I'm Anna Crummins.
Welcome to the December edition of Sidwell Network News.
We're full of holiday cheer here at SNN.
Yes, and we're very excited about what's been going on around Sidwell.
I'm so excited I could just die. In fact, speaking of truly exciting things, the Senate has just achieved its latest victory in getting the morning detention proposal passed. Dina?
In other news, last month the boys' varsity football team literally crushed the girls' varsity soccer team in a grudge match.
Next! Go on and shoot! You know, it was a great game, and the girls did their best, but obviously the guys are better, as they are in every aspect of society.
And yet another victory for the equality of the sexes.
Now as we go on to our first report, we want you to remember that the school store is now open later for your Christmas shopping convenience.
And now here's John Goldberg, evaluating the power of the press.
The press in today's politics plays an increasingly important role, as was seen in the 1984 election.
Because everything the press says about the candidate makes a lot of difference in the way people vote for the candidate.
Do you think that's good?
Bad and good. I mean, it has some. I mean, like I think what the press did to Ferrara over taxes was ridiculous because they made a really big deal out of it.
Should not be so powerful.
No, I don't think it's good at all. I think it should be up to the people more than the whoever covers certain news and topics.
Jim Lear of the McNeil-Lear News Hour talked candidly about the influence the press yields.
Well, it's press is always a mixed blessing in its influence. That's the way people get information about who they're going to vote for. So if the information they put out is bad, actually it has a bad influence on or has a bad impact on that candidate about which the information is negative. And the reverse is true. The problem is whether or not it exercises too much influence. In other words, does the press get too much between the candidate or the incumbent and the voter? And there are those who believe that the press has become, you know, the 500-pound gorilla of American life.
According to the chairman of the Democratic National Party, Charles Manat, the press wields a great amount of power.
Well, the power of the press is so awesome now, of course, because everyone gets their information primarily from the networks or from the print media. They can be a force in driving an election one way or another. This year, of course, it seemed like they called the election off a little bit early, from my standpoint. But by the same token, they generally, I think, were quite responsible.
Dr. Kessler, Sidwell's psychological consultant, feels that television and the press have an impact on American psychology.
It makes news stories important just by its constant repetition of certain issues and certain stories, and it denies importance by overlooking things. In fact, we're seeing right now a belated one-year interest in the plight in Ethiopia, which has been going on for a long time and somehow was not considered important enough by the news media to focus in on until more recently.
John Goldberg, Sidwell Network News.
Thank you. That was our series report for the day.
Anna, have you ever wondered what Sidwell students thought about the outcome of the 1984 election?
No.
Neither have I, but we asked several Sidwell students their views anyway.
Here's Scott Oswald with the report.
With the election season behind us, SNN interviewed several students to determine what they thought of Reagan's victory.
Because he's a loser, and he'll draft me to Nicaragua, and I don't really want to fight there. And
why not?
Well, I really don't like.
Don't you want to kill commies?
But I like commies.
I'm not too happy to see Reagan win.
Why not?
Because I think he's a goddamn borderline fascist.
Some students were very upset that their party was not even acknowledged.
Well, are you sad that the Libertarians did not receive the same national attention they received last year?
Yes, I'm heartbroken, in fact, because why am I heartbroken? The Libertarians are a great bunch of people.
Some students were even surprised at the outcome.
He won.
Students in the school had an explanation for Reagan's landslide victory.
It shows the mentality of the American public.
It comes as no surprise that once again, Sidwell Friends students have shown their receptiveness to new ideas. In an age where conservatism is on the rise, Sidwell Friends remains an institution of diverse political ideas. Scott Oswald, Sidwell Network News.
Thanks, Scott. Did you go to the fall play Scapino?
No, unfortunately I was grounded that weekend.
Oh, I went, and I thought it was really good.
I heard that everyone did, even Al Mater.
Let's get it straight from the horse's mouth. Al.
To be honest with you, I really don't think I've ever seen a better play put on at Sidwell. A great play requires many things, and it seemed to me as if Scapino had all of them. A comedy, Scapino is a story of two young men who, stricken with love, engage in elaborate conspiracies, their goal being to dupe their overbearing fathers and get married. First of all, a play requires great acting, and Scapino was full of it. However, among all the outstanding performances, one stood out, and that was that of senior Sam Carter, who played Scapino. Carter, a veteran of the Sidwell stage, could have made a bad play seem good, but as it was, he made this one seem memorable. His ability to play different roles was remarkable, and this is perhaps best evidenced in the scene where Carter plays an Asian, a British soldier, and a pirate. In this scene, he engages the Sidwell audience as has never been seen before. Let's take a look at it.
Pardon? Mommy, please. Oh, something moving in the sake. Things I will have to give gigantic karachi chop suey to sake. Oh, please, don't let me over my dead body. If necessary. Oh, please, sir, I've already been cleaned up once today. And this is not your lucky day. Oh, Kawasaki. Toyota. Mitsubishi.
Didn't entirely belong to Carter. There were outstanding performances by seniors David Schrag, Brian McCaig, and John Kingdon, and sophomore Chris Kerbarian in supporting roles. There were several things, however, which made Scapino the excellent play that it was, aside from the outstanding acting. One was the set, which was simply spectacular, and it created the correct aura for the play, putting it in the right perspective for the audience. Another was the outstanding direction. In a play such as Scapino, with flying food dishes, elaborate chase scenes, and exciting acrobatics, precise direction is a necessity, and Scapino clearly had it. Well, this concludes my critique of Scapino. I hope I've made it clear as to how outstanding I thought it really was. It was truly a top-notch performance. And deservingly, I give it my highest grade, Al's A. Al Mater, Sidwell Network News.
Wow, an A. Al never gives those out.
Never gets them either.
Speaking of not getting A's, here's our counterpoint on the senior slump.
The senior slump is detrimental to the whole school. Not only are all of the classes grinded to a halt, but the seniors cause boisterous actions in the hallways, which the punishment to these actions will be harmful to everyone.
Be realistic, Andrew. You should enjoy senior slump. It's beneficial to you. Number one, you have more time to do your work. Number two, you do better on your tests. Number three, though you may cover less material, what you do cover, you'll master.
But the seniors are going to skip all of their classes after April 15th.
Which gives you more personal attention from your teachers.
But the teachers are going to be exasperated once they find the lack of work in the students, and they're going to make all the tests 24 times as hard as they already are.
Yeah, and with the additional attention you've been getting and all that time you've had, you should be able to ace those tests.
There is a slump, and deservedly so after all that college pressure.
Here's Dan Manette with that report.
1984. For a few torturous hours in the Sidwell lunchroom, juniors and seniors will be taking the SAT, a few hours that will determine and alter their life indefinitely. There is an added dimension of anxiety, however, thrust upon the applicant. Looking over a list of colleges attended by the class of 1984, the names Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Strayer, and WSS quickly catch the eye. However, in a time where the legitimacy of these spheres is in question, one can clearly tell by the peer pressure and parental pressure that it is indeed a constant.
Well, personally, I go home and beat my head against the bathtub every day.
The school alleges that it is doing everything in its power to lessen the burden of the application year. And yet, through indirect pressure points, SNN has learned in an investigative report that the school is in fact adding to the pressure put upon the applicants.
Jesus. What's the matter? Oh, I just got it during Spanish. Really?
Oh, how'd you make out on your SAT test?
370, 390.
Bobby, get that camera out of here. Get it out.
Hey, Mike, what's going down? You see Bill around?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, how's the math course going?
Oh, I dropped that.
But I mean, we got so many people from the school that are going to end up at Ivy League schools that you can just expect, since you go to Sidwell Friends, you're going to end up at a good school. So, I mean, I think the best way to do it, treat it, just not to worry about it, and just say, you know, wherever you get in, any place you get in, if you have all right grades, it's going to be all right. I mean, most colleges have a standard education. I mean, anything, as long as I'm out of D.C., I'm fine.
And what about graduation and like going off to college? Are you looking forward to that? Do you think that Sidwell students in general are?
I'm looking forward to graduating and getting out of the school. But, yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to going to college because, you know, there's no curfew and you can stay out late and do whatever you want to. And it's just like you don't have to take hard courses.
But the education.
On the campus of Upper School, this is Dan Manette, Sidwell Network News.
Besides the pressures prevalent among juniors and seniors, there are some more tangible defects in the Sidwell community.
Bill Adams has noticed a few.
Although Sidwell is a very highly acclaimed school on the outside, on the inside, students see several things that nobody else ever sees. McGovern, whoever uses this room, what is its purpose? Not many people know the answer to that question. The senior lounge, often referred to as the dirtiest part of school. However, this year's class cannot be blamed entirely, for much of the furniture was inherited. What is this? Who is this? Have you ever stuck your face in a gym locker? Have you ever emptied a garbage bag? Have you ever smelled a lunch at Sidwell Friends? To get this same experience, sign up for a class in South Commons, where any time is lunchtime. Good map. The school can pay for a new expensive garden and several different trees to put around campus. Can't they pay for new maps for our history teachers? It seems to me that these kind of plans are not what the juniors really want. We still can't use the typewriters. And where do these stairs lead? Not to much. Whoever uses these stairs, or for that matter, this bench? More plants? Asbestos? There have been rumors. Waste in today's society and realistic possibility. Even though there are a few things wrong with Sidwell, I can still be assured of a clean, clear, refreshing drink of water. A few minutes later, there seems to be a loose connection somewhere.
Pop.
Very good fit. Whoops. The safety standards at Sidwell, are they really acceptable? Well, this is a nice view from the new $50,000 garden. It resembles a bathroom, or even Mazza Gallery. Although Sidwell is a fine school, there are some things that don't quite measure up. Bill Adams, Sidwell Network News.
Is another problem at Sidwell the discipline system?
Bob had everything going for him. Bright, popular, varsity football. Then Bob did something really dumb. He chewed gum in school and was caught. Now everything's going to change for Bob.
I'm assigning you one detention, 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 detention.
Detention. Why do we get it?
I missed homeroom. Dad.
Well, I forgot to sign in yesterday.
I was late 3 times to him. Attitude got
These students in detention. What punishment for their crime?
No, because it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it's fair, because I mean, I drive to school. I should have been here.
They stress that, you know, no chewing gum's allowed, so I guess if you do it,
Yeah, but it's...
that's fair enough to punish you for it.
No. I mean, because if you just because you forget to sign in, they know that you came to your next class and everything.
Although some students' attitudes towards detention seem a bit casual, this is which someone moves from here to here is still a question of dispute, and it remains an issue.
Well, I see detention as a reminder that we do care that the rules be observed. I think a more effective deterrent is the fact that after a student has accumulated more than 5 detentions in a semester, then we start looking at the need for a parent conference. The Senate began discussions of the possibility of morning detention, and in some discussions with them,
Do you think it's a good thing?
I reminded them that it was important not to make detention easier than it already is, but I certainly can understand that our current detention system is unfair to those who have after-school athletic commitments, and it even is in direct conflict with the curricular requirements of those who are assigned to be in PE classes.
Although the very question of discrimination against athletes by the school resulted in the abolishing of the popular 8:30 rule this year, most students feel that detention as a punishment is not really severe. There is a very large time commitment.
I mean, I don't get that much of a drive. It's just 45 minutes.
It doesn't take up that much time unless you're playing sports.
Detention is
Due to the nature of the subject, it's likely that disciplinary system will remain a controversial issue here at school. But because of the fact that it is not a major aspect of life at Sidwell Friends, one could infer that the disciplinary system is running smoothly. Ben Shankman, Sidwell Network News.
Want to stop messing around, Ben, and get to work?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sure looking forward to my vacation.
So am I. And as we leave you now, wishing you happy holidays, we would like to preview some upcoming events.
Gilbert, look what he's doing. What are you doing? You're the basic school property.
Hey, dude, I'm expressing my